We'll get to the gambling stuff in a moment, but yesterday, did you see the news that Scarlett Johansson is like 4 or 5 months pregnant with her fiance? And of course, ScarJo, as if I knew her, ScarJo, we're on that intimate one-on-one relationship. Hey, ScarJo. ScarJo used to be married to Ryan Reynolds. Of course, they got a divorce after 3 years of marriage, and he, of course, married Blake Lively. You know who Blake Lively is, right? So it got me wondering, first of all, is Ryan Reynolds not the luckiest man in the world? I mean, you go Scarlett Johansson, Blake Lively. Is there a trade up there? Is there a trade down there? I don't think so. I mean, the luckiest man in the world. Just my humble opinion. Blake Lively, Scarlett Johansson. Life is tough, isn't it? Now, as far as basketball gambling goes last night, if misery loves company, I'm telling you, it was a pretty damn crowded room here with me opening the door and every other handicapper coming in and joining me on the bench because we all got hammered last night. And it's fine and dandy to come on here on a Saturday video report and tell you the following day that, hey, Saturday was one of those days that just about every single handicapper won and won big. But you're going to have days like Monday, too, where not exactly the greatest way to end the betting week. But, bottom line is this. For most of the handicappers here at the site, it was a damn good week up until Monday. And it's a new betting week. And there's new money-making opportunities. As I have always said, I don't celebrate the wins. I don't lament the losses. I think people that do, whether you're a gambler, whether you're a handicapper, you just can't always focus on the games that might be screaming, bet me, bet me, bet me, right there in front of you. It happens all the time, and you see it all the time. And I'm not just talking about gamblers. I can't tell you how many times at handicappers I've come across in the past 20 years of doing this where a guy will lose a big game or lose 3 or 4 days in a row, and, they're just beside themselves. Suddenly they get scared. They release these small little plays, and, you have to wonder where the hell they're coming from, or they lose their balls. I mean, let's be perfectly blunt. They lose their balls, and they just simply aren't effective as handicappers anymore because they're just lamenting the loss. That's yesterday's news. Nobody likes to lose money. And from my perspective, nobody likes to lose money nor have a pick that loses you money as well. But the fact is, it's gambling. There are no guarantees, and sometimes the gods don't shine down upon us. Listen, today, the half-price play of the day, of course, yesterday, it was Gabe DuPont's 109 winner, number 7 out of 9. It was a big loser as the Portland Trailblazers, a 12.5-point home chalk, lose outright to the LA Lakers. But that doesn't mean the half-price play of the day certainly hasn't been successful. And even for Gabe DuPont's, his last 6 109 releases have all been half-price play of the days, and he hit 4 out of 6. There's worse things in the world. Today, the half-price play of the day turning to Shawn Michaels. Remember, you just got his College Dog of the Year as the half-price play of the day on Saturday with St. Joe's outright at St. Bonaventure. Today, 59 winner, number 42 out of 64, his bounce-back blowout in college basketball. Now, he hit the NBA version of this play with the Phoenix Suns coming off 3 straight blowout losses, getting the winning cover last Friday night at home against New Orleans. And, of course, last Wednesday, you got his 59 basketball winner with Texas over Baylor as a half-price play of the day selection. The bottom line is this. He's going for winning day number 90 out of 135. And over the past 10 months, $10 bettors have won a cool $29,940. You can get the play for half price simply by using the word half. A couple of $5 play of the day selections today. First one, Scott Delaney, second biggest play of the year. NBA 80-dimer, number 10 out of 13 is interconference total of the year, part 2. Spurs and Cavs, you get it for $5 using the coupon code Delaney5. Remember, part number 1 was last Friday night when he gave you Golden State and New York, and they went over by 30 points. $10 bettors have won $6,300 in basketball this season, college and pro combined, following Scott's advice. And overall, in all sports, over $9,100 earned since November. Brad Wilton, $5 play of the day, 60-dime winner, number 50 of 77. Listen, you've got 69 of those 77 60-dime releases. Now, that's going back to July at discounted prices. And you're going to get it today as well. Total of the month, Golden State, Indiana, over under, $10 bettors, up $9,800 since July. Coupon code Wilton5, Wilton5. Let's get to your free selections here. The first pick is going to be the game between Baylor and Iowa State. Now, Baylor, of course, one of those bubble teams for damn sure, although playing certainly better. At home here today, minus 3 points against Iowa State. Now, Iowa State has won 5 of its last 6 in this series, and they're coming off, they're taking on a Baylor team that has won 5 of its last 6 as well, the lone loss coming at Texas. But Baylor did not play well in Waco on Saturday. A game against Texas Tech where they were lucky to win the damn game because they shot miserably in that contest, just 30%. Iowa State in the first go-round, when these two teams opened Big 12 play back on January 7th, Iowa State won at home 87-72, shooting 55% in the game. Now, Iowa State, the problem with the Cyclones, as I've mentioned many times here in the past on the video reports, is they're a team with very little depth and very little size. Baylor has size, but sometimes they can't hit the broadside of the barn from the outside. They have won 3 straight at home. Iowa State's coming off an 80-73 loss at Kansas State, a bigger, more physical team. And Iowa State has not played well on the road, period, this season. And that was a game, though, however. It was tied with about 2.5 minutes to go, and then Kansas State went on an 11-4 run to close the game to get the win. Iowa State gets it done offensively. They're a team that's averaging 83 points a game. I mean, that's number 1 in the Big 12, number 7 overall in the nation. Problem is, they give up a lot of points, 73 points as well. Tough game. I have to be honest with you. Very tough game. And I mean, it could go either way. But I look at this Baylor team, and I see a team that simply is inconsistent offensively. Simply inconsistent all season long. And even though they've got the bigs with Jefferson and Austin that should dominate, you got to wonder, again, are they going to hit the broadside of the barn tonight? So I'm going to grab the 3 points with Iowa State. And listen, I'm taking a 3-point road dog here. I'm going to call for Iowa State to win outright in this game. I'm going to go with them. I'm just not impressed with the way the Bears have been playing. The reason they're on the bubble is because they've been so bad for most of the season in Big 12 play. So I'm going to go with Iowa State to rebound from the Kansas State loss and get the win outright tonight. The other play, it's the Temple Central Florida game. So what do we have here? We have the Knights, who have lost 12 out of 13. We have Temple, which has lost 18 out of 20. You know what they say, you never want to, or what I say is you never want to put good money on bad teams, unless, of course, they're both equally bad teams, and then you've still got the same 50-50 betting proposition. I'm going to go with the Owls here in their home finale, minus the 3.5 points. Listen, they have lost 4 straight games since that big home upset of SMU. They lost at home to Connecticut, but gave the Huskies a good run. They lost in overtime at Memphis. They got drilled by Louisville for a second straight time. The game that really concerns me, however, when I broke down the contest, is the fact that they lost to Houston at home on Saturday, 89-79. They allowed the Cougars to shoot 73% in the second half. 73% in the second half. But then I did a little deeper research. Temple is allowing everybody to shoot 47.7% this season and giving up 78 points a game. This is a shorthanded team, 9 scholarship players, and they don't play as a team. They've got to be hitting their shots in order to get done. So why go with Temple in this contest? Because there have been times that they have certainly played tough and certainly played close. Matter of fact, one of them was when these two first met in Orlando back on January 4th, and Central Florida managed to escape with the 78-76 win. Central Florida played their hearts out against SMU this past weekend. Lost the game 70-55 because they only shot 37% from the field, but then again, who shoots well against Larry Brown's Mustangs, okay? But Brown was not happy with his team's performance. He thought Central Florida outplayed them end-to-end on the floor. And after that type of effort, you're asking this team, which is 2-9 on the road, that has lost 12 of its last 13, failing to pull off that upset to go on the road to take on Temple. I think if you're ever going to back the Temple Owls, you might as well do it here and go with Temple minus the 3.5 points. Well, that'll do it today for your complimentary plays. Best of luck to you guys, and I will catch you bright and early on Wednesday morning when we re-rack and do this once more.